There are things about death that most people never learn, not because they aren't true, but because they're uncomfortable. All the trigger warnings for this video. Viewer discretion is advised. Tonight, we're diving into 20 morbid facts that are fully documented. Medically, historically, scientifically real. Some involve execution. Some involve decomposition. Some involve what the human body does in its final moments. None of these are urban legends, and some of them are hard to hear. This is the darker side of reality. Let's begin. 1. The human body can purge after death. After death, muscles fully relax, including the bowels and bladder. It's extremely common for the body to release waste during or shortly after death. Funeral professionals expect it. Most people don't. 2. Decapitated heads may remain conscious for seconds. During the French Revolution, witnesses reported blinking and facial movement after guillotine executions. Modern science suggests the brain can remain conscious for several seconds after decapitation due to residual oxygen. There's no proof of prolonged awareness, but it's possible there's a brief window. 3. Karl Tanzler lived with a corpse for years. In the 1930s, Tanzler became obsessed with a young woman who died of tuberculosis. He stole her body from her tomb. For years, he preserved it with wax, wires, perfume, and plaster, keeping it in his home. He slept beside it. He was never convicted. 4. You can boil from the inside during severe radiation exposure. At extremely high radiation levels, internal tissues begin to break down rapidly. Victims of severe radiation sickness can experience internal bleeding, skin sloughing, and organ failure over days. The body essentially begins decomposing while still alive. 5. Terrari was suspected of eating a child. Terrari was an 18th century man with an insatiable appetite. He ate trash, animals. When a toddler disappeared from a hospital where he was staying, suspicion fell on him. No proof was found, but he was expelled immediately. 6. Bodies can form grave wax. In wet burial conditions, body fat can chemically transform into a soap-like substance called adipocere. It preserves features. Sometimes faces are still recognizable years later. 7. Mary Shelley kept her husband's heart. After poet Percy Bysshe Shelley drowned, his body was cremated. His heart reportedly did not fully burn. Mary Shelley kept it wrapped in silk for years. 8. Victims of extreme hypothermia sometimes undress. In severe hypothermia, blood vessels suddenly dilate, causing a sensation of intense heat. Victims may remove their clothes in confusion, a phenomenon called paradoxical undressing. Search teams are trained to look for scattered clothing and smell. 9. The smell of decomposition is unique and unforgettable. Human decomposition produces chemicals like putrescin and cadaverine. Forensic investigators say, once you've smelled it, you never forget it. It's sweet, metallic, sickly, and instantly recognizable. 10. Issei Sagawa walked free after murder and cannibalism. In 1981, Sagawa killed and cannibalized a woman in Paris. He was declared legally insane and deported to Japan. A legal technicality prevented further prosecution. He lived as a free man for decades. 11. The death erection is real. In some hangings and traumatic deaths, males can experience post-mortem erection due to spinal cord damage and blood pooling. It's called angel lust. It's purely physiological. 12. Robert Liston had a 300% mortality surgery. In the 1800s, speed was everything in surgery. During one amputation, Liston reportedly killed the patient from infection, accidentally killed an assistant, 3 deaths from one operation. 13. Maggots are used in modern medicine. Sterile maggots are sometimes placed in wounds. They eat dead tissue but leave healthy tissue alone. It's called maggot debridement therapy. Yes, it works. 14. Vesalius was accused of dissecting a living man. Andreas Vesalius revolutionized anatomy, but rumors claimed he began dissecting a nobleman before he was fully dead. Historians debate the story, but it followed him for life. 15. Some corpses mummify naturally in houses. In dry indoor conditions, bodies can desiccate instead of rot. Skin tightens, darkens, and shrinks. There are cases of people undiscovered for months. 16. Charles II of Spain was so inbred he could barely function. Centuries of royal inbreeding caused severe deformities and illness. His autopsy reportedly described a single testicle, blackened heart, rotten lungs, a head filled with fluid. He died at 38. 17. Human fat was once used for candles and soap. In various historical periods, including wartime shortages, human body fat was rendered for practical use. It wasn't common practice, but it happened. 18. Elmer McCurdy was displayed for decades after death. After being killed in 1911, McCurdy's unclaimed body was embalmed. It became a carnival attraction. He was mistaken for a wax figure in funhouses for over 60 years. 19. Your eyes can cloud within hours of death. The cornea begins to turn opaque quickly. This is why the eyes of the deceased often appear milky or glazed. 20. The brain can experience a final surge of activity. Some studies suggest there may be a brief spike of electrical activity in the brain immediately after cardiac arrest. Scientists don't fully understand it yet, but the brain may briefly become intensely active at the very end. And that's the thing about history. It isn't just kings and wars and dates in textbooks. It's bodies. It's biology. It's decisions. It's consequences. The human body doesn't stop being strange just because we stop talking about it. And the truth is, reality is often more unsettling than fiction ever could be. If you made it all the way to the end, comment 20 so I know who stayed. This is history, mystery, and horror, and we've only scratched the surface.